Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lora Rolling and this is part 1 of the True Heart Ornament series. This is the ornament that we will be making. So cute. I love it so much. And today part 1 is the one heart unit. So this is what we will be making today. We just need a few materials, so let's get that list going and then we can start. Let's go. So for the project, the whole entire ornament, we're going to be using 4 different colors. And in today's unit, we're only going to be using the red, the white, and the pink. But I am calling this one hot pink, and we're going to use it in another unit in the future. So you'll want to get all 4 of these, which this one is called Silver Lined Bright Fuchsia, this one is the Silver Lined Red, White Pearl AB, and Opaque Carnation. They're Miyuki Delicas, and I happen to use the Bead Treasures, but you can use any Miyuki Delicas that you want, and you can even choose your own colors, of course. You'll also need some crystal Fireline, or I use the Eslon Fire in crystal, and I use the 4 pound. You can also use 6 pound if that's what you have, if that's what you like. And I use the size 10 beading needle. You're also going to need some implements. I use wire cutters to cut my thread, and I use the long nose pliers to hold on to my thread when I'm ready to cut it. I also use the fire method to singe the tail, which I will show you how to do today. And I also use the 2.36 inch plastic ornament. It's a crafting ornament that comes in a 12 pack at your local crafting store. And so those are the items that you will need. Go ahead and pour out your beads and thread your needle with 3 feet of thread, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so my needle is threaded with 3 feet of my thread. I'm going to pick up the first 3 beads, which are 2 pink beads and 1 red bead. So 2 pink beads and 1 red bead, and then I'm going to pull them down to the end of my thread, and I'm going to leave, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches, and then I'm going to tie them in a knot. So over one time and through, and then over again and through, so that it kind of looks like we have a little snowman. Now I'm going to put my fingers in the bottom where the beads are, and I'm going to tighten the knot. And then I'm going to use my lighter, and I'm not going to get the flame right on the thread, but I am going to get it very close, okay? So just like that, and it turns into this teensy little bead. And so now I'm going to take the long thread. I have my beads in my fingers, and I'm going to twist until that tail touches the long thread. Then I'm going to take my thumbnail, and I'm going to pull that knot down all the way down to my beads. So now it looks like this. That is finishing your first row. Moving on to row 2, we're going to pick up 1 red bead and 1 pink bead. We're going to sew through the pink bead and try to get them to nestle up against each other like that, if you can. Now we're going to pick up a pink bead and another pink bead. and then we're going to sew through the next bead. Our thread is coming out of this bead, so we're going to sew through the next bead. Try to get them to sit right next to the other pink beads in row 1, just like that. Now we're going to pick up a pink bead and a red bead. And we're going to sew through the 2 red beads. When we sew through 2 beads in this project, that's what we call stepping up. So every time we sew through 2 beads, I'm going to say stepping up, and that means that we will be stepping up to our next row. So making sure those beads are sitting correctly. Now we have this, and we're ready to start row 3. So pick up a red bead and a pink bead. And sew through the pink bead. They're sitting nicely. Now we're going to pick up 1 pink bead. And we're going to skip the bead that's kind of in, like, setting back, and we're going to sew through the one that's sticking out. So just like that. And that bead that we just added popped right in and is now butting up right next to that lower one that we skipped. This is called Peyote. Now we're going to pick up 2 white beads. And we're coming out of this bead, we're going to sew through this 1 bead next to it. Now pick up 1 pink bead, skipping the inside bead, we're going to sew through the one that's poking out. Just like that. Now pick up 1 pink bead and 1 red bead and sew through the next bead. Now pick up 1 red bead, and we're skipping this one that's right next to it. We're coming out of this bead. We're going to skip the one that's down below, and then we're going to sew through the next bead and the bead next to that. So we're actually sewing through 2 beads right now. That means that we are stepping up, which means we just finished the 3rd row. We are now going to start the 4th row. Pick up a red bead and a pink bead and sew through the next. Pick up 1 pink bead and sew through the next sticking out bead. Pick up 1 pink bead and sew through the next sticking out bead. Pick up 2 white beads and sew through the next. 1 pink bead and sew through the next. 1 pink bead and sew through the next. Now pick up a pink bead and a red bead and sew through the next. Oh, I have a fuzzy. Now pick up one red bead and sew through the next. One red bead, and this is where we step up. So we're going to skip this bead. We're going to sew through the next two beads. Stepping up, and we are ready to start row 5. Pick up 2 pink beads and sew through the next. Pick up 1 pink bead and sew through the next. Pick up 1 pink bead and sew through the next. Pick up 1 white bead and sew through the next. Pick up 2 white beads and sew through the next. One white bead and sew through the next. 1 pink bead and sew through the next. One pink bead and sew through the next. Two pink beads and sew through the next. 1 red bead and sew through the next. 1 red bead and sew through the next. 1 red bead and sew through the next 2 beads. So stepping up. And if you'll notice, we have a triangle happening. So we are at a corner. Every time we are at a corner, we pick up 2 beads. So we're going to start row 6 with 2 pink beads. And then 1 pink bead. One pink bead. One white bead. One white bead. And we're at a corner again. So we're going to pick up 2 white beads. Make sure they set where they're supposed to. 1 white bead. One white bead. One pink bead. One pink bead. Two pink beads. One red bead. One red bead. One red. And one red. And then we're going to sew through 2 beads, stepping up. And now we're going to start row number 7 with 2 pink beads, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 white, we're at a corner, so we're going to pick up 2 white beads, 1 white, 1 white, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink. Now we're at a corner, so we're going to pick up 2 pink, 1 pink, 1 red, 1 red, 1 red, 1 pink. We're going to sew through 2. That finishes that row, and now we're going to start row number 8, starting with 2 pink beads, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, at the corner we're picking up 2 white beads, 1 white, 1 white, 'I don't know why that bead was sitting funny, but it's perfect. 1 white, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, we're at the corner, so we're going to pick up 2 pink, 1 pink, 1 red, 1 red, 1 red, 1 red, and 1 pink. Stepping up, we're going to sew through 2 beads, and now we are starting row 9. Pick up 2 pink beads, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, now we're at the corner. We'll pick up 2 white beads, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, at the corner, we're going to pick up 1 white and 1 pink. One pink, 1 pink, 1 red, 1 pink, 1 red, 1 pink, 1 pink. And we're going to sew through 2 beads, stepping up. And now we are going to start our row number 10 with 2 pink beads, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, we're at the corner, so we're going to pick up 2 white, adjusting my beads, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 2 pinks, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, oh, I dropped my bead, there we go, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, and 1 pink, and then we're going to sew through 2 beads, stepping up to row 11. We're going to start row 11 with 2 pink beads, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white. We're at the corner, so we're going to pick up 2 whites, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 white, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, 1 pink, We're at the corner, so we're going to pick up 2 pinks. One pink. 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 And you guessed it, one pink. And sewing through 2 beads, stepping up. We are now starting our row 12. Now after row 12, we're going to do our connector beads. So if you're new to these units and you haven't made an ornament yet, stay tuned for the connector beads and I'll explain them. So we're going to start row 12 off with 2 pink, 1 pink, and I'm going to have to take a break for water. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm just about to have a coughing attack. We're having a cold kind of rolling through our house. So I thought I was going to miss it, but apparently I'm starting to cough. So maybe I caught the cold too. I'd be the third in my household that did. Alrighty, we are on row 12. Our third bead is going to be 1 pink. Well, it's actually our 4th bead because the first were 2 pinks, then a pink, then a pink. So now we're going to move on to 1 more pink. And a pink. And 1 white. One white. That should be the question of the day. 1 white. Let's see, how do I want to stage this question? 1 white. I don't get colds very often. 1 white. I can't remember the last cold I got, so 1 white. So the question of the day is, how often do you personally catch a cold? Like, are you chronically catching colds, or is it once or twice a year, or like me, like once in a blue moon? Okay, we are at the corner, so we're going to pick up 2 whites. Oops. Sorry, having technical difficulties here. I just don't know how I did this, but I tied myself a good knot. So, my goodness. This is the fun of beading right here. Can you hear my husband coughing in the background? There's another question for you. Okay, this is where we're at. So, our next bead is going to be 1 white, one white, 1 white. He's the culprit. He's the one that brought it into the house, but he's the one that goes out of the house and works out and about. So he usually is the one that brings us the the viruses. Okay, so 1 more white. 1 white. 1 white. 1 pink. 1 pink. 1 pink. 1 pink. 2 pinks. 1 pink. 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 And sew through 2. That finishes our 12th row. This is what your first unit will look like before connector beads. Now, if this is the first time that you've made an ornament, then let me explain the connector beads to you. Each unit is going to be connected to the next and the next and the next. So one row will have connector beads, another row will not, another row might have it, might not. So each unit is different. And so we're calling this first unit the number 1, 1 heart triangle. So it's 1 heart triangle. The 1 heart triangle has connector beads on the left side, which looks like the right, but this is actually the front of it. It's just that I bead with my thumb in the dip to give it a nice curve. So this is the front. So this is going to be the left side, which is where we're just about to sew down. And then there's not going to be any beads on the right side of this unit. And then there will be beads on the top. So let's begin our connector rows. We're coming out of this top bead right here. So we're going to pick up 1 white bead and kind of close that corner. Then we're going to pick up 1 pink bead, 1 pink bead, 1 pink bead, 1 pink bead, and 1 pink bead. Excuse me. And then we'll pick up a white bead, 1 white bead, 1 white bead, 1 white bead, 1 white bead, and 1 white bead. Now we're on the corner. We're going to pick up 1 white bead, and because we don't have any connector beads going up the right side, we're going to have to sew through the beads, hiding our thread so that we don't see our thread at all. And just moving up 1 bead at a time. I'm sorry, I have a knot in my thread. Here we go. Oh, it's a good one too. Man, okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to just sew up each bead until we get to this top corner right here. And I just follow the line and go up like this. And I will meet you up at this top corner right here. Okay, sewing up. And now we are coming out of that corner. We're going to pick up a white bead to close off that corner. And now we're going to add connector beads to the top. We're going to pick up all pink beads. So 1 pink bead, 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 and 1 pink bead. Okay, now we're going to sew through that corner bead. We're going to sew down the next bead, and then we're going to sew through 6, I think it's 6 beads. 6 beads up. Okay, then we're coming out of this bead. We sewed up this bead, so we're going to turn our thread and sew down the bead right next to it, and then we're going to sew up the bead right next to that, and then we're going to do that just one more time. We're going to sew up 2 beads, and then we're going to sew down the bead next to the one that we're coming out of, and then up the bead next to that bead. And that locks our thread into place. It hides the thread, and we can cut our thread off. So I'm going to take my long nose pliers and pick up my unit, and then I'm going to use my wire cutters and just snip my thread off. So now we have completed the 1 heart, which is our number 1, our first unit of this series. He is so cute, isn't he? Or she. Actually, that kind of looks like a girl unit, right? With the heart. So cute. You need 5 of these in all. So go ahead and make 4 more of them, and I will see you in a second. Wasn't that so much fun? I just love making these units along with you. I hope you love them too. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get notified when the next video comes out. And I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for watching.